Hello, welcome to Segerstrom News Today. I'm your host, Nicole Saldana. This program features stories about the Segerstrom community and is produced by students for students. Today, we have 3 fascinating stories that show the abilities and dedication of our Jaguars. With majority of Segerstrom students focused on school and extracurriculars, we are proud to have students who balance school and work. We are honored to present this first story as it focuses on students with jobs. Our Emily Gonzalez reports.
Imagine being a student and on top of that having a job. Sometimes we don't realize students don't do good in school. It's a struggle to see them have both responsibilities in life. Nick Garcia, Sr., is one of those students who are balancing school, sports, and work. Most students would crumble under the pressure, but Nick seems to handle it all with determination.
It can be hard sometimes, but I find a way to do it.
Having a job comes with a lot of responsibilities, and some would say a lot of downsides.
So it kind of like sucks socially, I think, but also mentally because you get really drained if you don't plan it right, or if you get sick easily, you get like mentally drained trying to figure out how you're going to call out or if you're going to go in that day.
Despite all the cons of working while being in school, Jocelyn thinks there are many pros that come with it.
I go to work because I get to pay for the things I want. I don't have to rely on anyone else to buy me things.
Here is some advice Jocelyn gives to some students who are thinking about getting a job.
But for a student that has a hard time finishing their work on time or procrastinates a lot, it might be stressful for them, and it just really depends on the job you have and being able to manage what you do.
There are people at your work that you can make connections with. Isabel, a student that works, has some connections at her work that hear her out a lot.
The benefits is you make connections, I think, a lot because you're meeting people who are older than you. So like for me, I'm meeting people who are in college a lot at my work. So they give me a lot of advice, and sometimes too they'll help me out if I bring like schoolwork to work. They'll help me out with my homework, and it's just really like meeting those people. And
It is clear that students at Segerstrom work hard and are busy, but students with jobs are even busier. However, they gain life lessons and connections from their jobs.
That was a great video. I liked how it described the reality of being a student worker. Our next story focuses on the achievements of our school's STEM program, most notably Mr. Woods Aerospace class. Last semester they had a blast building and launching their very own rockets. It was an unforgettable experience for the students and even our reporters. We sent Alondra Cifuentes and Joshua Vu to document this exciting event.
4 weeks, Mr. Woods' aerospace class has been working on their rockets, and finally they were able to take off. Aerospace is one of the last courses in the engineering pathway. It has concepts from physics and aviation with some scientific principles. Do you guys enjoy like the creative process, or do you guys more enjoy like just shooting them up and watching them go? Either or.
Personally, I like building. It's very hands-on. It's like a great experience. You get to feel what you actually are making.
Honestly, I think I like both, but I like seeing our creations come in real life.
The class focuses on understanding aeronautical vehicles and the occasional model recreation of said vehicles. This makes the class enjoyable for most students. To you, what is aerospace?
Aerospace to me is like anything that has to do with rockets and just like anything that's like that will like advance like spatial like exploration towards the future. And I think like a big part of this is like inspiring me to hopefully do aerospace in the future.
When the rocket was built, they began with a simple test to see if the balance of their rocket was stabilized.
You have to make sure that when you do the swing test, you tie a little rope
around the center of gravity of the rocket. And when you're swinging it, the rocket has to be nose first. So the problem was my rocket was going backwards. So it was the engine first.
Then it is off to the baseball fields where we got to experience the first-hand pleasure of their initial launches. It was an exhilarating sight as the students got to demonstrate their engineering skills. Following the launches, the students had 2 separate teams and used gap guns. Gap guns are measuring tools that can measure the rocket's altitude just from the ground.
So what are your thoughts on what you're currently doing, which seems to be measuring the height of the rockets?
We are getting a lot of different measurements because obviously some are different than others. Some have been ranging way off than their course, and some have been really good. So it really depends on whose rocket.
If I may ask, how was your rocket?
My rocket was stable, and it reached an altitude of 39 degrees from where we're standing. But that's like the highest someone got was like 68, I believe. So it's about the average.
It does take some time for them to calculate their data, but right after recording their rocket's maximum height, they move on to redesigning for their final flight. The readjustments allowed the class to display their problem-solving skills and to have several days of great launches. Even with this project coming to a close, this project shows the bright students and the exhilarating work in aerospace.
What do you like about aerospace?
You make great connections and you widen your career path by taking aerospace. Also, you get great opportunities like the JPL internship.
So if you are interested in aerospace's rocket project, there is so much more to come.
Wow, I like seeing our students excited for such a fun project. The final story is about one of our very own, staff writer Sofia Nevarez. Has only joined us this year, but she has become an inspiration for everyone here at Segerstrom News. Recently, Sofia received national recognition for one of her wonderful articles. We had the honor to celebrate this monumental occasion during class last Tuesday. Congratulations, Sofia.
Segerstrom News has never had an award-winning journalist until now. That's all thanks to Sofia Nevarez. For context, SNOW is our publishing site. They host news organizations and awards for those organizations across the US. Sofia's article was nominated and chosen to be one of the Best of SNOW. Journalism advisor Miss Conferti hosted a small celebration for the monumentous occasion, along with for the extraordinary work and perseverance. Us here at Segerstrom News just wanted to appreciate all of her dedication to being an exceptional journalist, student, and person.
Congratulations, Sofia. This was very exciting news to hear for all of us. That's all the time we have here at Segerstrom News today. We hope you enjoyed all 3 of these stories as much as we enjoyed making them. Thank you for watching.